Pilates boot camp is fun. All right. So again, taking it into our stretching, feet are hip width apart. Double check that posture. Take a nice deep inhale, arms come up. As you exhale, drop down over. Pausing in that forward fold. Let yourself sink into this, relaxing head, neck, shoulders. Go ahead and take those hands to the mat. We're going to walk it out to our plank. And then from here, we're going to push it right back to our down dog. So really sinking heels and armpits to the floor. Keep that belly pulled tight. And think about lifting the bottom up to the ceiling. So you've got that nice deep stretch at the back of the leg. From here, we're going to extend one leg out just straight behind us. As we take a nice deep breath, I want you to use that exhale, drive it forward, coming into your runner's lunge. Hands to the floor on either side of that foot. From here, we're going to drop that back knee, coming into our low lunge. And then we're going to shift our weight back, heel to the floor, half split. So you're feeling a nice stretch at the back of the leg, keeping that belly pulled, chest tall. You can always come up higher to modify this. Really sink that bottom back to the heel. Feel that stretch deeper. Think about keeping that heel planted and really pulling that leg back. Nice job, guys. And go ahead and shift your weight forward. From here, we're going to drop this front leg down into our pigeon. So if you're on a mat, that lower part of your leg is parallel to the floor. You can modify by taking that back leg to a bend. You can just barely see that. This will be a little bit more intense with that straight leg. Keep that chest up, spine long, shoulders relaxed. You can walk those hands out to feel that stretch through the hip, outer thigh, a little bit deeper here. Nice job, guys. We're going to go ahead and walk those hands back. Take those hands to the floor. Tuck those back toes under, and then push yourself right back into your down dog. Again, just letting yourself sink down into this. Keep that belly pulled. Lift that bottom to the ceiling. Extend that other foot behind you. Take a nice deep breath as you exhale. Drive it forward. Runner's lunge. Go ahead and drop that back knee, coming into your low lunge. Hopefully you feel that stretch at the front of that back leg. You can always widen your stance for a deeper stretch here. Forgot to mention that on the other side. Go ahead and shift back to your half split. So again, staying up higher, modify, maybe even coming up, sinking that bottom back lower. Keep that belly pulled, chest tall. Again, stretch at the back of that leg there. All right, walking those hands forward, coming back into our pigeon. Again, extending that leg out straight will be more intense. You could always modify by taking it to a bend through that back leg. Stay up nice and tall. If you feel comfortable, you can walk those hands forward. Just make sure you don't round through that spine as you do that. Nice job, guys. We're going to go ahead and bring those hands back up. Tuck the toes. Push back to your down dog. One last time here. Again, really sinking heels and armpits to the floor. Lifting the bottom to the ceiling. Keep that belly pulled tight. Walk those hands back, coming into your forward fold. Holding here. Again, relaxing head, neck, shoulders. Just let yourself sink down into those. Maybe even taking elbows in the hands, or you can even reach those arms around. And when you're ready, nice deep breath. Use that exhale. Roll it all the way up. Roll those shoulders at the top. And again, we're going to come down to the floor, coming into our hands and knees. We want those wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We are going to start with those hips just slightly tucked, nice neutral alignment through that spine. From here, we're going to move into our cat and cow. So starting with our cat, we're going to tip the pelvis forward, tucking the tailbone, really rounding through the spine, and then just letting that chin drop here. So again, this is our cat stretch. You're pulling that belly up tight. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, I want you to rotate to your cow. So tipping the pelvis back, tailbone sticks up. Your belly drops towards the floor, but you've still got that belly button pulled tight. Bring your gaze up just slightly. Again, coming into our cow stretch here. So from this, we are going to move, take this wherever you need to. So maybe that's coming up to your cat and holding. Maybe you want to just flow from your cat to your cow and then back again. Really just listening to your body. Again, taking the stretch wherever you need it. Nice job, guys. When you're ready, go ahead and come back to flat back, neutral spine. Awesome job, guys. From here, we're going to take those knees out nice and wide. So we're going to move into our puppy pose, which is a little bit different than our child's pose. We want to keep those hips up directly over those knees. So we're going to walk those hands out and then press those armpits to the floor. So with this, I want you to think about isometrically pulling your hips back. Again, pressing armpits to the floor like you do in your child's pose, but keeping that bottom up. A little friend knocking on the door. My babysitter isn't getting paid. Nice job, guys. Let yourself sink down into this. And from here, go ahead and walk those hands back. Sink that bottom back to the heels, taking it into your child's pose now. So reaching through fingertips, pressing those armpits to the floor. From here, we're going to come up just slightly. We're going to take one arm and then weave it under the other. So I want you to rest on that shoulder. Bring your ear down to the mat. Walk those fingertips forward, pressing this armpit to the floor, feeling that nice shoulder stretch. Really just letting yourself sink down all the way from the bottom to the fingertips here. And coming back to center, taking it over to the other side. Again, resting on that shoulder here to the mat, reaching through fingertips, pressing that armpit down. Come on up, take it back to your basic child's pose one last time. Maybe take those knees out a little bit wider, let yourself sink down even deeper, bottom to the heels, reaching through fingertips, armpits to the floor. When you're ready, pull those hands back, press it up to a seated position. We're going to start with just a single leg stretch. One leg extends out, that other leg stays bent. I want you to sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders. Think about stretching all the way through the top of the head as you hinge over. Again, staying long through the spine, keeping those shoulders back. And come on up. We'll switch to the other side. Again, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back, spine is long, hinge it over. And coming up, we're going to extend that other leg out. One last stretch over both straight legs, reaching through the top of the head, keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. Nice job, guys. Roll it up. Take those feet to your butterfly. Sit up nice and tall, and from here, hinge it forward. And you can walk those hands out. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Try not to round through this stretch. And go ahead and walk those hands back in. Cross the legs. Sit it up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders. And again, take one arm across the body. Shoulder stretch. Use that other arm to pull in gently. And release. Take it over to the other side. Release that stretch. We're going to take one arm, reach those fingertips down the back, using that other hand, pulling in gently, little tricep stretch. Stay up nice and tall. Try not to hinge that head forward. From here, we're going to stretch through this side of the body by just sort of leaning it over. Again, keeping that head up, letting yourself sink down to wherever you feel a comfortable stretch. And come up, release. Take it over to the other side. Again, triceps to start, keeping that head up. And adding that side body stretch if it's comfortable for you. Again, sinking down deeper, feeling that stretch wherever you need it. And back to center. Bring those arms down. Take those thumbs up. open out. Relax those shoulders again. Press those hands back as you reach through fingertips. Circle those arms around to the front. Pull away from chest. Let that chin drop. Think about stretching all the way across the upper back here. Turn those hands right to the ceiling. Sit it up tall. Stretch it all the way down. Take ear to shoulder, stretching through those opposite fingertips for a deeper stretch. And back to center. Take it over to the other side. Again, reaching through fingertips for a deeper stretch. And back to center. Chin to chest. Rotate the head shoulder to shoulder. One more time to each side. And coming back to center, bring the head up. Take a nice deep inhale. Arms come up. As you exhale, reach back down. One more time. Inhale, reach through fingertips. And exhale. Awesome job, guys. Give me 1 second. Pause my recording.